What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy, I'm for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at y'all with the daily readings. The first sign I see is the first sign I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what we got going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully y'all doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. If y'all want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to the notification gang. I would love to see my notification gang pull on through. Anyways, everybody, happy Thursday. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's gratefully appreciated. The first sign we saw here for today was Capricorn. So let's go ahead and get it started and let's see what we got going on. What do we got showing up here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiacs in the next 24 hours? All right, Team Capricorn, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on. Hopefully all is well. Give me 1 second here, Cappy, and we'll see what we got in store here for you. Excuse me. Starting out here with the overall energy for you, we do begin here with a Temperance in reverse. So Temperance reversed, you could be connecting here potentially with a Sagittarius for a few of you. Having a look here at your current energy, we do have the Two of Swords. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we have the Six of Cups, and then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be Capricorn. We have here the Page of Cups in the reverse position. So Capricorn, taking a look here into your next 24 hours, let's see what's in store here for you. So we start with the Temperance reversed here to the Two of Swords in the upright position. It kind of feels to me like you're in this energy right now where you aren't necessarily feeling exactly balanced when it comes towards your feelings and emotions, but I do feel like at the same time you're kind of not knowing what to do about it. So you're having one of those days where it's like, I don't know why I feel off. I'm having a little bit of an off day. I don't know why I feel meh. I feel blah, but I also don't really know what to do about it exactly. So I kind of feel like that seems to be the vibration coming in here for you. But taking a look at what it is you're dealing with, I think it's because it's probably going to be a bit of a reminiscent day. Taking a look at what you're dealing with here being the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a card that represents the past. It represents kind of reminiscent thoughts and reminiscent feelings. So I do feel here for many of you, it could be one of those days where it's quite reminiscent. You know, you might be in a period of time where you're thinking about things that occurred in your past, whether they're good things, whether they're sad things, whether they're amazing things. You know, you're kind of taking a trip down memory lane over here, and I do feel like it's getting you in the feels a little bit. But regardless, looking at the outcome here being the Page of Cups reversed, Page of Cups reversed here for you, Capricorn, it's kind of that card that says, but I'm going to keep it to myself. So I don't feel like you're going to be very open about this. It's not like you're going to, you know, talk to a friend and be like, hey, guess what I was thinking about, or guess what was on my mind. It's almost like you're keeping everything to yourself. So you're kind of in a weird mood. You're kind of in a bland mood as you're taking this trip down memory lane. But it feels to me like you're not opening up about it. You know, it's going to be one of those days where maybe somebody says, hey, Capricorn, what's going on? Is there a problem? And you're like, no, I'm fine. You know, I'm just thinking about stuff, but you're not really going deep into it. So I feel this vibration happening here for you moving into the next 24 hours. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I think naturally as humans, we all progressively go through this, where there's times where we just take trips down memory lane. And even if it's good things, you know, you could be in a meh mood because you kind of miss the way that things used to be. Maybe you're thinking about a situation that occurred, and maybe that situation's just bugging you and bothering you because you wish it could have went another way. You know, whatever the case is, it's going to be a pretty reminiscent day here for you. But regardless of the fact of it being a reminiscent day, I think you're going to be okay. You know, I think it's one of those things of, you know, it comes also, I got to say it, man, it comes with the weather change too. And it also comes with the change of daylight savings, right? You know, now it's darker at night. I don't know about you guys, but it affects me every year. I hate the fact that it's 4:18 right now on the East Coast, and probably by the time I finish this daily reading for you, it's going to be pitch black outside. That sucks. So, you know, everybody's mood can get affected. Everybody's mood can feel a little bit blah here. So for your next 24 hours, like I mentioned, might be a day of a trip down memory lane, but I think you're going to be okay. You know, you'll be all right. You know, just think about what you need to, take a look at those memories, do what you got to do, and tomorrow's probably going to be a much more brighter day for you going forward, okay? All right, Team Capricorn, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we started out here with the earth signs for the next 24 hours. We're going to go ahead and do earth, water, fire, air, jumping into the water. Let's have a look here at the Scorpio gang. What's going on, baby? Messages for Team Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Scorpio, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on. Hopefully all is well. I want to wish you all a happy birthday and a happy birth season. Hope it's been treating you well, Scorpio, and let's see what's in store here for you. Starting out here with the overall energy, we do begin here with the King of Cups. Taking a look here at your current energy, we have the Seven of Swords. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Page of Cups. So Scorpio, coming into your next 24 hours, let's see what's going on here for you. Well, we got the King of Cups here. We also do have here the Seven of Swords. So King of Cups to the Seven of Swords, it kind of feels to me like you're in this place where you're trying to be in a position of time where you feel like you got your feelings more together and more collected. But I think in a way, the Seven of Swords is kind of representing this isn't a time to say that you have everything together when truly you don't. All right, Scorpio, to put it bluntly, it's like, don't say that you have your shit together when you don't have your shit together, right? Don't say you're okay when you're not okay. I kind of feel like that seems to be the energy showing up here for you. And at the end of the day, remember that it's okay to not be okay. You know, if you're kind of in a period of time right now in your life where you're holding it together for other people, but truthfully, when you take a look at yourself and you can say, I'm just not in a good place, or I'm not in totally balance, or totally balanced at all, you know, you don't have to fake it till you make it or hide it from other people. You can literally be yourself and be in the energy that you feel. So I definitely feel a message coming in here for you of like, don't hide what your emotions are. If you don't have it all together, you don't need to show up all together, okay? Taking a look at what it is you're dealing with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. So yeah, it's like you're keeping things together for other people, or you're keeping it together because you don't want anybody else to see what you're going through or what it is you're experiencing. So in the next 24 hours, if you're having a rough day, it's like you're hiding that from people. You know, maybe you've been having a rough week, or you've been having a rough couple of days, and you've been hiding it from people because it's like, I don't want individuals to see me in a place where I don't feel like I'm at my strongest. But ultimately, Scorpio, I tell people this all the time, there's much more strength in your vulnerability than there is in the ability to hide your feelings and emotions, okay? So with the outcome showing up here being the Page of Cups, I definitely feel like people around you, specifically other water signs, can definitely sense that something's off. People in your life here are probably going to end up reaching out to you saying, Scorpio, no matter how much you keep saying to me you're fine, I can tell that there's something off here. I can tell that you're most likely not. And this would be a very great time for you to open up to whoever this caring and compassionate person is, because it can definitely be a moment where you can release a lot that you've been having on your plate, and then you can just have a genuine conversation with somebody who wants to be able to be there for you to lift you up. So for any Scorpios that are in a position of time where you're just doing your best to keep it together and you're kind of hiding what you're experiencing and going through from other people, you know, tomorrow I feel like people are going to notice, you know, no matter how hard you try to hide it, specifically water signs in your life, you know, their intuitive abilities are going to pick up that there's something going on here, and they want to be there for you. They want to love you. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable in the next 24 hours and genuinely let people in, because there are people here that do want to take care of you, that do want to offer their unconditional love to you, and that want to support you and be there for you. So Scorpio, at this time, don't hide your vulnerability, but instead tap on into it, because it will be your greatest asset, okay? All right, Scorpio, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the water. So we did the fire, we did the water, jumping on into the air sign. Let's go ahead, or sorry, we did the earth, we did the water, jumping on into the fire. Let's have a look here at the lovely and amazing Sagittarian gang. What's going on, everybody? Messages for Team Saggy. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get this last shuffle, and we'll see what's going on, baby. Hopefully all is well. Starting out here with the overall energy for ya. Overall energy, it's going to begin here with the Four of Swords. Taking a look into your current energy, we do have the Nine of Cups. Looking at what you're dealing with, Sag. Two of Wands in reverse, and then looking at your outcome, we have here the Sun card. So taking a look here into the next 24 hours for you, we begin here with the Four of Swords to the Nine of Cups. I can feel immediately for you that there is this bliss in being able to take a break from something. You know, Four of Swords, this could be getting your beauty rest. Maybe some of you guys are appreciating daylight savings over here, getting that extra hour. All right, but I think that you're kind of in a space right now ultimately where you are isolated from something and it feels good. You know, looking at the current energy being the Nine of Cups is a card here that solidifies that you're in a good place. You know, there's something fulfilling coming out of this. So you're benefiting here right now from being able to isolate from someone or something. Looking at what you're dealing with here, Two of Wands in reverse. Now, when there's a Two of Wands upright, this means that there's two paths that are available to you. But when it shows up in the reverse position, it represents that there's no paths available at all. So I feel like you've totally decided to kind of remove yourself from someone or something in your life to the point where there's no path anymore because there's no connection anymore. So you've removed yourself from something. You've totally detached, you know, whether it was from a certain friendship, a certain relationship, whether it was a job you needed to get out of. There's something in your life that I feel that you are at peace with, no longer being invested in. And with the outcome here showing up as the Sun card, which is good news, you're entirely happy about how the situation has panned out. So I feel like, Sag, for those of you that are resonating with this, you know, in the next 24 hours for you, you might come to terms and realize that without something, you just feel happier. You feel better. You feel like there's less weight that's being on your shoulders or put on your shoulders. You feel a lot more weightless, and it allows you to smile more and be more happy and be more in a positive place. You know, you could be cutting out a toxic person, a toxic environment, or whatever it have you, you know, but I think that the moment you step back from something that's in your life is the moment where you feel like you gain your freedom and you gain the ability to be happy more because there's not something that's weighing you down and that's causing negativity and ruckus in your life regardless. So that's what I see here for you. I'm not sure who or what specifically is getting cut out, but you know, you start to see that without something, I feel a lot better. So I'm probably going to make this more of a permanent thing and no longer give this individual or give the situation the opportunity to continue to remain on my path. All right, Sagittarius, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the earth, we did the water, we did the fire, jumping on into the air signs. Let's have a look here at the Gemini. What do we got going on, baby? What do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we have for the zodiac sign of Gemini here? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Gemini, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. What do we got going on here for the Gemini gang? Gemini, overall energy here for you is going to be the 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords coming up here for you. It could be that you're dealing with a fellow air sign like a fellow Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Looking into your current situation, we do have the 3 of Wands looking at what it is you're dealing with. We have here the King of Cups in reverse. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Tower. So pretty interesting energies at bay, but we'll see what we got going on here in just a moment. So we have the Tower, by the way. So this is Scorpionic energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio potentially, but 10 of Swords here to the 3 of Wands. You can't keep waiting is what I'm hearing very specifically for you, Gemini. You just can't keep waiting. This could be the energy of waiting on somebody. Maybe you've been waiting on somebody that you had a romantic connection with. You know, maybe you're kind of in limbo right now with somebody romantically. You could have been waiting for them, but that's not going to be the case here anymore going forward. Maybe you were waiting on a job calling you back. You were waiting on somebody to do something they said they would set out and do for you. But you're pretty much in a space where it's like, dude, I just cannot keep waiting. All right. So Gemini is moving into your next 24. That's the big message there. I can't stop waiting. I'm going to have to let go of something. Now, having a look at what you're dealing with here, you're dealing with the King of Cups reversed, which means that somebody here is not fulfilling something for you. I feel that if somebody here made a promise, the promise was not kept, or they didn't fulfill what they set out to do. I definitely keep feeling for you, Gemini, that you can't keep waiting on somebody, but at the end of the day, you can't keep waiting on them because they're not delivering what they promised to deliver. You know, maybe somebody said, hey, I just need a break with you, but I'll come back and make it work. Maybe they haven't come back yet and a lot of time has passed by. Maybe somebody said, I will do something for you, and months and months and months have passed, and ultimately they didn't do what they said they would. You know, so you're kind of in a space right now where you're starting to realize, I've been waiting all this time, but it doesn't matter how much it doesn't even matter how much more time even passes by now, because it's like, I just don't feel like it's going to happen. You know, if I've been waiting this long, what's the difference in waiting longer? It's probably still not going to happen. So whatever you've been waiting for, I think that ultimately you've recognized there's no point in waiting, and I should be a person of action. Okay? Looking at the outcome here being the Tower, Tower. The Tower card is pretty much representing the awakening. So you're waking up to the fact that waiting probably isn't the best option for you, and you're allowing yourself to let go of whatever you've been holding on to or holding out on. So I always tell people when they watch my videos, never wait on somebody who's not waiting on you. Never wait on a situation that isn't going to wait on you either. Ultimately, if you keep on waiting, you're usually going to continue to remain in that energy. I think that it's really important to talk about things like, for example, let's say you were waiting on somebody to do something for you. Well, if somebody hasn't done what they said they would do, take into consideration if you can do it instead. Always try to be as self-sufficient as possible. I always think that's very important for people in life. Try your best to be self-sufficient. Me personally, I like that I can count on some people in my life, but most importantly, I love that I can count on myself. So if I feel that there are individuals in my life that aren't able to give me like what I need right away, and I can do it for myself instead, then I'm going to make sure that I rely on myself. But we got to remember here too that even if we are in a period of time where we're hoping that people will pull through and do what they said they would, it's always going to be up to those types of people. So at the end of the day, if you find yourself waiting in a situation, most of the time you end up continuing to wait, especially if quite a lot of time has gone by. So Gemini, never wait on somebody who isn't waiting on you. Never wait on a situation that isn't waiting on you. I feel like somebody here is just not delivering and you're realizing it's not worth the time. I should move forward and see what else is out there. And I think so as well. All right, Team Gemini, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our first batch of zodiac signs for today's daily reading. Jumping on back into the earth signs, let's have a look here at the lovely and amazing Taurus gang. What do we got going on, everybody? What do we got showing up here for the Bull gang? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my Taurus, let's get this last shuffle and let's see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Taurus, overall energy for you shows up as the star in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with an Aquarius for some of you. Looking at your current energy, we do have the Seven of Cups. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Ten of Wands in reverse. And then lastly for you, Taurus, is going to be the Strength in the reverse position. So you could be connecting with a Leo. You also could be connecting with an Aquarius possibly as well. So for your next 24 hours, star in reverse here all the way to the Seven of Cups. It's kind of giving me the vibes here of I don't really... star in reverse could be the card that represents that you're losing faith in something. So I feel like because you're losing faith in something, you're not going to wait around to find out. Seven of Cups is about exploring your options, seeing what else is out there, and seeing what you can do going forward. And I think that ultimately, by opening up your options, you're going to kind of feel like you've set yourself free, because looking at what you're dealing with here being the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands in reverse, Ten of Wands reverse represents feeling like weight's been lifted off your shoulders, feeling like burdens have been lifted off your back. So the way that I'm kind of seeing this reading for you is like you are starting to lose faith in something. Maybe you're losing faith in something happening. You're losing faith in what somebody said to you. And with the Seven of Cups showing up here, being a card of just exploring other options, it's like, honestly, I feel so free, no longer holding on or holding out on something. So star in reverse here is like, I'm losing faith and I'm done continuing to give blind faith to something that probably isn't going to happen or isn't going to work within my favor. So immediately opening up your options, you instantly feel so much better. Maybe you've been at a job and for the longest time, your boss was like, I'm going to promote you. I'm going to promote you. I'm going to get you that raise. I'm going to get you that higher position. You'll be a manager, yada, yada, yada. And you were putting so much hope and faith into this, and time continued to pass and it never really happened. And now you're like, well, you know what? I know how to be a manager. I know exactly how I should be able to do the things that I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and open up my options to different types of jobs that are willing to hire a management position and competitive pay. And poof, once you do that, you're like, well, I feel a lot better because I'm no longer holding on to this ideology that it's going to happen for me when it's not. I'm no longer holding on to this hope, essentially, that I feel isn't really working for me anyways. So, whether or not this is about love, this is about your career or anything, just simply opening up your options takes a lot of weight off your chest. And with the outcome here being the Strength in reverse here kind of represents that you've been wanting to do this for a long time, Taurus. Usually when the Strength card's in the upright position, it represents a person who's tame. So I feel like you were very confident that whatever the star was for you, whether it was a promotion at work or anything else, I feel like for a while you were very confident that you know, it was going to happen and it was going to work out for you. You know, you put a lot of faith in somebody or in a situation. But with the strength in reverse over here, it's like, I'm not going to put any more faith into something that isn't clearly manifesting. And ultimately, I'm going to, you know, stop committing to something and committing to hoping that something's going to work out for me when all I have to do is open up my options to be able to get literally what I want a lot quicker than waiting. So Taurus, of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but that's what I see in store here for you. Okay. All right, baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our first sign. And by the way, just to answer a question, somebody was asking about cusp signs. So for me personally, I used to resonate with the idea of a cusp, but I don't actually resonate with it anymore. I would consider myself in the past, right, a Gemini Cancer cusp. But when you really look into the astrology, your date is just, it's all about the degree, right? So technically you're not a cusp, you're just a early degree of whatever that zodiac is. So for me, I'm born June 22nd, and on June 22nd, right, if we roll back the day before, June 21st, that is Gemini season. Technically, the 22nd shifts into Cancer. So I'm born at right in the beginning of Cancer season in Western astrology. So I do consider myself a Cancer sun. I don't consider myself a Gemini Cancer cusp anymore, because when you look in the degree of your chart, it'll show you what sign you are. So most astrologers don't usually resonate with cusps either. So my best advice, and it's totally fine if that's what you resonate with, but my best advice is that if you resonate with being a cusp, you can watch both signs. So I think you were mentioning you are a Virgo Leo cusp, and that's what you go by. So if that's what you resonate with, you can watch Virgo and Leo. You can try watching both signs. But I usually find that watching your rising sign will probably resonate to you a lot more. So definitely dive into your astrology chart, watch your rising sign. Usually that'll tend to be a little bit more accurate than the sun. And the moon sign is great for when you're dealing with anything emotional. Of course, in love, you can watch your Venus. Any kind of signs in your chart, you can always watch. But if you want to check out sun, you can check out whatever you're cusping on, either signs. And then I would definitely recommend checking out your rising for tarot readings, okay? All right, so we finished up the earth signs, moving along now into the water sign. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Pisces gang. Let's see what we got going on, baby. What do we got showing up here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? In the next 24 hours, what information do we got showing up here for the zodiac sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? In the next 24 hours. All right, Team Piscean, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, baby. Hopefully all is well. All right, Pisces, overall energy here for you is going to be the 10 of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with a fire sign like an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look though at your current energy, we do have here the strength, taking a look at what you're dealing with, Pisces, 10 of Swords in reverse, and then looking at the outcome for you, we do have here the 10 of Cups in the reverse position. So coming into your next 24 hours, 10 of Wands reversed here to the strength card. I think that there's going to be some sort of relief coming in here for you, because 10 of Wands reversed, as I mention all the time, is a card of weight being lifted off your shoulders, and then the strength card here is a card of being very tame, very relaxed. The way that I kind of see it here for you, Pisces, is I think that you're moving into much more of a relaxed state. If you've been experiencing any nervousness, any anxieties recently, possibly this past week or the week previously, that could have had a lot to do with the astrology of what we've been dealing with, especially with the eclipses, especially with all the things that have been going on astrologically. So if you've been feeling any sort of anxiety or nervousness, or just for some of you, you might even have like a surplus in energy, or have been dealing with a surplus in energy, that's kind of made you feel like, whoa, like I can't relax or I can't unwind. So if you're a Pisces and you resonate with that, just know that moving into the next 24 hours, things are slowing down a little bit, okay? Things are chillaxing, things are starting to relax a little bit and ease up. So if you have been feeling that way, you're going to definitely have much more of a calmer approach here moving into tomorrow, okay? Now, taking a look at what you're dealing with the 10 of Swords in reverse. So what I see here with the 10 of Swords reverse, Pisces, is that for those of you that were dealing with situations regarding being able to let go of people, places, or things, like, let me break it down this way. Let's say you're a Pisces and you held on to something for so long. Moving into the next 24 hours, you're making it official. So if there's any Pisceans here who were holding on to situations in life for a really long time. Maybe you were holding on to a breakup that happened, you were holding on to something that a person did to you, etc., etc. If that was the case for you, your next 24 hours is going to be the day where you officially release it. And the reasoning behind it is because looking at the outcome here being 10 of Cups reversed, 10 of Cups reversed represents that there's no more emotional attachment, there's no more of an emotional connection to the thing that you were dealing with. So most of the time when we end up moving on from things in general, it's because we've detached from it emotionally to the point where it no longer has any significant importance. So I see this reading in one or two ways. Like I mentioned at first, for some of you Pisces, like I said, if you've been just feeling physically like anxious, or you've had tons of energy, or you have felt like you can't relax and you can't unwind, if you've been in that space, you're going to notice a lot of calmness entering your life in the next 24 hours. It's going to be a very calm day. Things are going to start to slow down. Things are going to feel good. Now, if that's not your story, and the other message resonates to you, where I was speaking about if you're in the process of unloading and releasing lots of things in your life right now, you're going to notice that it's significantly easier because you no longer have an emotional attachment to the thing you're releasing. That's why it's so easy to let it go. So some of you might just have that moment where time's passed by and you wake up and you realize, I don't really care about the situation anymore, so it's not going to bother me anymore, and I'm able to totally let it go. All right, baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did the water, we did the earth, jumping on into the fire. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Leo gang. What do we got going on, everybody? Messages here for Team Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Leo, let's see what we got going on here for you. Hopefully all is well. Leo, overall energy for you is going to be the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So you could be connecting here with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo, looking at your current energy. King of Swords in reverse, looking at what you're dealing with. We do have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and then your outcome is going to be the King of Wands in the upright position. So we got the King and the Queen showing up in today's reading for you. So Leo, coming into your next 24, Queen of Wands reversed here, King of Swords reversed. It kind of feels to me like the more that you have lowered your boundaries or have not enforced your boundaries, the more other people have kind of been taking advantage of that. I think that, for some Leos that are just being really open, I think you got to be really mindful and cautious with who you're being open and vulnerable with at this time. That is something that I feel like I need to convey to Leos. So be careful who you're telling what you're going through to. There's never an issue. Let me make this very abundantly clear. There is nothing wrong with talking about your feelings and emotions and being vulnerable with people, but we always want to be aware that we're being vulnerable with the right people and with individuals who genuinely care about us, and not with individuals who can be a little shady. And I kind of feel like potentially some of you could be talking and opening up to people right now in your life that might be people who don't really care too much, and maybe there's something there for them to gain. And I hate that that's showing up in a reading, but I feel that vibe, okay? So just be careful. You could be connecting with some shady people and you might not even be realizing it. And unfortunately, that can happen to everybody, no matter how intuitive people can believe that they are, no matter how many people would say, oh, nobody can ever cross me, yada, yada, yada. Anybody can get crossed. I can get crossed. You can get crossed. The fucking Pope could get crossed, okay? Somebody can screw over the Pope. You never know. So just be careful, all right? It's always the ones that are the nicest and always do everything they can within their power to be so nice. That could be a little shady. And remember, there's a huge difference between kindness and niceness. People that are nice usually want something in return. People that are kind expect nothing at all. Remember that and carry that with you throughout your life, because that's a pretty important and powerful quote. So regardless for you, Leo, looking at what you're dealing with here, Nine of Wands reversed. Nine of Wands reversed is an energy of being open, okay? You're not closed off, you're opening up. And King of Wands showing up over here, somebody's taking interest is what that King of Wands says. So with the outcome being the King of Wands, whoever you're dealing with, they're very interested in what's going on in your life. And they're very interested in seeing you open and vulnerable. And that just gives me a weird feeling, Being a person that does this on a daily basis for almost 5 years, that gives me a tingling feeling that's not that positive at all. It's like, why are they so interested? Okay, so for any Leos that are dealing with this or that are resonating with this type of message, just be mindful. of who you're talking to, okay? All right, Team Leo, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the fire, we did the earth, we also did the water, going on into the air sign. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Libra gang. What's going on, everybody? Messages for Team Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here, please? For the zodiac sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Libra, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. All right, Libra, starting out here with the overall energy for you. Oh boy, we do start here with a 3 of Swords. Now, it might not necessarily be bad, so let's go ahead and keep it moving forward. So we start out here with the 3 of Swords for the overall. Looking at your current energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have the Knight of Wands. And then looking at the outcome here for you, Libra, is going to be the Emperor. So let's see what we got in store here for you. Libra, moving into your next 24 hours, 3 of Swords here to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is great because Wheel of Fortune is a card that represents things spinning in the right direction for you. It represents things doing a bit of a 180. So I do feel that this, for many of you, is probably going to be somebody coming back around to you, but I do feel like things are different. Now, with the 3 of Swords being a card that could represent heartbreak, sure, it could represent that, but it also could be a card that could represent separation, okay? So I feel like if you've been separated from something, you're about to get closer to it. Maybe you've been feeling distant from a friend. In the next 24 hours, things might occur that end up granting you more closeness to this person than ever. If you've been feeling distant from a lover, this might be an opportunity where something happens in the next 24, and then you start to get even closer to your lover than you've previously felt in quite some time. So I think that there's going to be like a switch around, you know? It's going to do a, it's one of the, you know, tables have turned type of moment for you. And with the outcome here being the Emperor card here is you being in the energy where it's like, okay, this feels good. Now I can start to feel more comfortable again, and now I don't have to feel like I need to be in control or I need to try to turn things around because it's happening right in front of me regardless. So I do feel a turnaround. If things have been weird between you and anybody, whether it's a friend, family member, lover, I think you and your person are going to have some sort of opportunity here where you bond in the next 24 hours and then you genuinely start to grow closer to one another again. And it's going to feel good. It's like, I don't have to go out of my way anymore to try to make this happen. It's like, I can start to feel close to somebody again. And I feel like that's what you've probably wanted all along. If you have been having issues with somebody, especially issues that goes with like distance or in terms of distance. Okay. So of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. And even though, by the way, that these readings are for the next 24 hours, the energy can carry out into the next couple days. It can carry out till next week. So even if you don't start to begin to grow closer or resolve issues with somebody you love and care about right away in the next 24 hours, it can begin this weekend. It can begin next week. So keep an open mind and see what happens here for you. Okay. All right, Libra, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our second batch of zodiac signs for today. We're going to now move on to the last and final batch. Just wanted to say real quick for the 197 viewers in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Really means the world to me. I hope you guys have been having yourselves a fun and fantastic time today. So jumping back on into the earth signs, let's go ahead and have a look here at the Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? All right, Team Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get this last shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Starting out here with the overall energy, we do start out with the Knight of Wands. Looking at your current energy, we have the 2 of Wands. Looking at what you're dealing with, 10 of Pentacles, okay. And looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the 4 of Pentacles. So Virgo, let's see what's going on here for you. So for your next 24 hours, Knight of Wands here all the way to the 2 of Wands. Kind of feels like off the bat for you that you are trying to pick where you should go next. Knight of Wands is usually an energy that represents a little bit of a restless feeling. So you're feeling kind of restless to do something. Maybe you're feeling restless to start to grow more in your career. You're feeling restless in terms of where you are and where your environment is. It's like you kind of just want forward movement. You want things in your life to change a little bit, and it's time to get in that mood to make things change. So I feel for you, Virgo, you're going to definitely tap in, into a little bit of a restless energy where you want growth and expansion. You're like, I need something here to change. So you're going to definitely get in that vibration. Now with the Two of Wands showing up over here for you, Two of Wands is a card though that represents, I don't know where I want to go though. I don't know what direction I want to go into. So you feel restless, but you don't know where to channel that energy, you know? Looking at what you're dealing with, Ten of Pentacles, it's hard for me to channel this restless energy into anything when I already feel like I have a lot of success in the things that I do. So if you find yourself in this place, I mean, looking at the outcome, let me just explain that real quick. You do got here the Four of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles represents, I feel trapped. Like I feel like I have everything that I need, and I feel like I have everything I want, and I have a good life, but I feel restless, and I want growth and expansion, and I want more. So if you're in this energy right now and you feel this way specifically, note and acknowledge there's always more out there for you to experience. There's always more growth and expansion out there for you to find. So the best thing that you can do is take a step back right now and ask yourself this question. I might be content with the life that I have, even though now I'm suddenly starting to feel restless, but is there anything I believe I can't do? I want every Virgo to ask themselves that question. And I want everybody actually right now to ask themselves that question, because this is a very important exercise. I want you all to ask yourselves, is there anything I can't do? And when you start to think about that, maybe get a list going, right? Start writing down all the things that you don't believe you can do. And once you finish that list comes to a completion. I want you to take a look at everything that you said you cannot do and realize that that is your brain limiting your life experience. That is your brain telling you that you can't do it, but really what's happening here is you're limiting yourself. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to look at all the things you said you can't do, and I want you to start to reverse it and say, well, what if I could? And I want you to start imagining doing the things you've said that you cannot do, because what you're going to do there is you're going to start breaking the barrier of the limited beliefs that you have, and you're going to start to enforce this belief that you can actually achieve the things you thought were unachievable. So just throwing this out here, it happens to me all the time. I'll be content where I'm at. I'll feel like I did everything I can do. And then I do this exercise. I ask myself, well, what do I believe I can't do? And then I start to look at that list, and then I start to say, okay, these are things I'm limiting myself of being able to do. So let me take a step back. Let me look at all this shit, and let me open up my belief to the fact that I can do it. Point blank period. So for any Virgos here, sorry if you hear this blaring loud ass car that was passing by. Sorry about that. I felt like I couldn't even talk over myself while that person was doing a pull down the street. But regardless, you know, if you find yourself in this position, genuinely give it a chance. I think it's going to help out a lot. Okay? All right, Virgos, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up all of the amazing earth signs for today, jumping on into the water signs. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Cancer gang. What do we got going on, baby? What messages do we got showing up here for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Cancer, we're going to go ahead and get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Cancer, overall energy for you is going to be the Fool in reverse. So you could be dealing with a Aries for some of you. Having a look at your current energy, we have the World in reverse, looking at what you're dealing with. We do have here the Three of Pentacles, and then your outcome, Cancer, is going to be the Seven of Wands in the reverse position. So as far as what I'm seeing here for you, Cancer, you could be dealing with an Aries for a few of you. You also could be connecting with an Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or possibly a Leo. By the way, Cancer, sorry, I just have to pause for 1 second. Jackie Gonzalez, thank you for the $4.99. Really, really appreciate that. Also, I think there was another donation that happened earlier. I'm not sure if I said thank you. So can any of my moderators just let me know real fast if anybody else donated so I can say a proper thank you after I finish Cancer's reading? Sometimes people donate and I mean to say thank you, but it kind of just like slips my mind. So to my moderators, if anybody did donate, can you please inform me so I could say thank you after Cancer's reading? So sorry about the Cancer, getting on into your reading. Let's see what's going on here for you. We start with the Fool in reverse to the World in the reverse position. So this is your overall energy to your current. What I feel here for you is you're pretty much in a space right now where you're choosing to let go of something, or you're trying to let go of something. But with the World in reverse, and that's a card that says, well, it feels impossible to let go, right? World card upright is a card that represents out with the old cycle, in with the new cycle. It means you're ready to step into a whole new world. You're ready to have a brand new beginning. But when the World card shows up in the reverse position, it represents feeling trapped, feeling stuck where you're currently at. So I feel here for many of you, you're trying to do something, you're trying to break out of something, but you're just feeling stuck in the same old cycle. And looking at what it is you're dealing with here, Three of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles is a card that represents you're working, you're putting in the effort, you're trying to break a cycle, you're trying to change up things and do things differently. But with the outcome here being the Seven of Wands reversed, it feels like no matter how hard you try, you keep feeling like you're continuing to fall on down. So Cancer, I'm not sure what the cycle is specifically. Maybe you're in a place and time right now in your life where you're trying to move on from somebody and you feel like it's just impossible. You're trying to attain more financial stability, but you feel like it's impossible. You're trying to make a dream happen, but you feel like it's impossible. Do you see the key word I've said yet? You feel like it's impossible. So anything that feels like it's impossible is going to be impossible, right? Anything that we deem just isn't working isn't going to work for us, right? So I feel like the main problem here that I'm seeing in the reading for you is more about the language, I guess, and the way that you're kind of describing your situation, whether consciously, subconsciously, whether you're saying it or thinking it. This is why it's manifesting this way. When you start to feel like you can't do something, it's going to be significantly harder to do it. When you start to believe that you can't do something, and it inevitably turns into you not being able to do it because you believe that you can't do it. So for any Cancers here that are trying to change up something in their life, you're trying to move out of one cycle and jump into something else. Maybe you're trying to change tax brackets. You want to get out of what you're making financially and you want to expand financially. Maybe you want to have a new kind of dream instead of the dream you're currently living. Maybe you want to change something in your life. I think the most important thing is going to be, what do you believe in? Do you believe you can do it, or do you not? Because when we are trying to make things happen, we have to remember that when we're working on things in our lives, when we're working on our progress, when we're trying to change shit, it's not an overnight process. And I think a lot of people often will work at something and they'll work at it for a year and maybe they'll have minimal progress, and then they'll say to themselves, well, it's been a year. If it was going to happen for me, it would have. So with that being said, I can't do what I want to do. People don't play the fucking long game at all. People don't recognize that just by simply believing in yourself and working towards what you want in life, it don't matter if it takes 5 years. It doesn't matter if it takes 5 years. It could still happen for you. It doesn't always happen overnight. For some people it does, and that's dope. But for the majority of people, it's the long game. It takes a while. So if there's something you want to change, if there's something you want to see grow in your life, if there's a cycle that you'd like to get invested in, you got to be willing to work towards it. You got to be willing to never doubt yourself, and you got to be willing to put in the time no matter how long it takes. So for any Cancers that resonate with this, play the frickin' long game and you'll definitely see a difference going forward. All right, Team Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up all of the water. We did all of the earth, jumping back on into the fire. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Aries. All right, what do we got showing up here for the Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. Oh, and by the way, Pisces Love, thank you for the donation. That was the other person who donated. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. All right, baby, what do we got going on here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. By the way, everybody, if the video looks laggy, it's just my internet. Don't mind it. My apologies, y'all. So sorry if it's not, if it's a little choppy right now, okay? All right, Team Aries, let's see what's going on here for you. Hopefully all is well. Aries, overall energy for you is going to be the Seven of Wands in reverse. Your current energy is going to be the Two of Swords. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have the Eight of Cups. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Queen of Cups. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what's up. Coming into your next 24 hours, we start with the Seven of Wands reversed. Then we move here into the Two of Swords. So it's kind of like you're pretty much, how do I say this? I'm thinking of the word, but I can't say the word. What is the word that I'm searching for? I hate when my mind blanks. You're undecided, indecisive. There you go. That's what I was looking for. So I definitely feel that some of you are in a bit of an indecisive energy here in the next 24 hours. And looking at what you're dealing with here being the Eight of Cups is a card that usually represents walking away. So there's this indecisiveness if you made the right decision is what I feel here for you. I think for some of you, you're wondering, did I make the right choice walking away? Did I make the right decision? I'm not entirely sure if I did, so I don't know. Looking at the outcome here being the Queen of Cups right now is a card that kind of represents your emotional state of being, and your emotional state right now is saying to yourself, like, I don't know, I'm a little upset. I'm kind of wondering, did I make the right choice leaving something behind or didn't I? So here's what I say to people that are dealing with situations like this. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second just to click something. But here's what I say to people that are dealing with situations like this. At the end of the day, you know, often people tend to second guess themselves. And I think it's important to really take a moment to step back and recognize, why did we make the choice in the first place? For any Aries that decided to walk away from someone or to walk away from something in the next 24 hours, if you chose to do that, ask yourself why you did. And if you can still say that it's a valid reason of why you did what you did, then don't second guess yourself and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. But if you look at your reasoning behind it and you analyze it and you're like, oh, well, I walked away because it was impulsive, or I walked away because I was just a little angry, but it wasn't that serious, then you can start to understand, all right, maybe this wasn't the best decision and I can go ahead and do what I got to do accordingly. So the best thing we can always do, instead of being indecisive, is go back to the reasoning behind on why we first chose to do something. You know, don't worry about, don't get yourself caught in an energy of wondering, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Ask yourself why you did it in the first place. And if that point still stands as a valid point, you got nothing to worry about. If it doesn't, then you can go ahead and try to work things out instead, okay? All right, Team Aries, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Definitely a bit of a different message, but hopefully it resonates to whoever needs to hear it, okay? So we finished up all of our fire, all of our water, all of our earth, moving along here into the last zodiac sign for today. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Aquarius gang. What's going on, everybody? Messages for the Aqua. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aquarius, we're going to get this last shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, baby. Hopefully all is well. Aquarian, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Cups. You could be connecting here potentially with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Having a look here at your current situation, we have the Empress in reverse. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we do have here the Devil. And now looking at the outcome here for you, Aquarius, is going to be the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So let's see what's in store here for you. So Aquarius, coming into your next 24, King of Cups here to the Empress in reverse. It kind of feels to me like you're in a place right now where there is this there's this lack of growth, but there's a big acceptance for it. I think that you've kind of come to a point where you can accept the fact that somebody or something here has changed in your life, and you can look at that and say it's okay. You can look at it and say, you know what? Things like this happen. Not everybody stays the same person that you fell in love with and that you cared about as they originally were. Not everybody stays the same, you know? People will always change in time. Some people continue to change but keep their roots. Other people change entirely. Some change for better, others change for worse. And I think that for you, Aquarius, you're recognizing no matter how much I want this person to be who I desire them to be, they've transformed into something that I don't resonate with anymore. Because looking at what you're dealing with here being the Devil card here represents maybe the person became toxic. Maybe the person became someone who's very negative all the time. Maybe they became somebody who you just can't really stand to be around. And even though you miss the version of who this person used to be, you're in that space where you can step back and maturely see that they aren't who you need them to be right now. They aren't that person you resonate with right now, and there's nothing you can do about it unless they decided to change for themselves. So with the outcome here being the Knight of Cups reversed, Knight of Cups reversed here says, I can't continue to keep on chasing after somebody that isn't the same person. That isn't who I fell in love with. That wasn't the individual that I cared for. I can't keep going after that person because that's not who they are today. All right, so totally understand it. Been there many times in my life where, you know, I was hoping to find the version of the person I cared about somewhere, but, you know, people change. And if they're not who you resonate with if they're not who you resonate with at this moment in time, they're not who you resonate with anymore. And we kind of have to just accept it for what it is. So I see many of you coming into a very like accepting place here in the next 24 hours and kind of allowing the situation to be what it is. And you're moving on and moving forward. All right, Aquarius, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Guys, thank you all so much for coming out to the daily reading. I really appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed it here today. If you did, please do let me know now down in the comment section below. Shout out to the people that come out Monday through Friday. Thank you for your love, everybody. Thank you for your support. It's always super duper appreciated. If you want to check out my social medias, feel free to. I have my Twitter and my Instagram on the top right above me if you guys want to go drop a follow. But of course, if you want to see all of my official social medias, check the YouTube description box down below. In every video that I post, in every description of every video that I post, you can always find my official social medias that I use, okay? So if you want to make sure you're following the right one, check the description below. For anybody here that's new, if you fuck with the channel and you fuck with the vibe, come on down and subscribe, baby. If you're new here, consider subscribing. It would be gratefully appreciated, and you're more than welcome to join the Soul family. And of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell to never miss when I upload or when I go live. For everybody who sent in donations today, y'all, thank you so much for that. Those donations help out a lot more than y'all know. Thank you for your generosity and kindness. Really means a lot to me, and shout out to you. I also wanted to mention too, for everybody in the chat, if you could drop a like, that'd be dope. Thank you for tuning in here today. I hope you had a good time. A couple of updates for everybody. All of the zodiacs, all 12 are officially done for the month of November. I know that those readings were late, guys, but they're all uploaded. Pisces, you were the last sign to be uploaded because we did the traditional order this time around. So Piscean, you're already uploaded. You're on YouTube today if you want to check out your November reading, but every reading is officially done and uploaded for November. So if you haven't seen yours yet, definitely feel free to check it out, okay? But all right, everybody, I did mention yesterday that the Book of Answers check-in video is done. It's ready to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it tomorrow or Monday. I got to see what I want to do based upon my schedule, but just know a Book of Answers check-in is coming shortly for November, so that'll be the next piece of content to look forward to, and we'll see what I'm going to do about mid-months. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it just yet, but I'll get things sorted soon, all right? All right, everybody, I love you. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your day. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy pre-Friday. Be safe, be well. Much love to you all, and I will catch everybody in the next video. Much love to my soul family, and y'all take care and have yourselves a good one. Later, everybody, and peace.
Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.